credit union member because I love the people, the tellers. They know I don't like to deal with anybody. Everyone knows how to deal with me, my personal business. And I've been a member for about 10 years and I love it.
The difference between credit unions and banks is you can communicate with the credit union. You can go and meet with the director who can actually communicate to the credit union about you. In a bank, you get reps that can communicate to nobody. It's all about the bottom line, and it should be all about the members.
It's nice to work with somebody who knows you on a first-name basis.
Yeah.
Credit union is much more user-friendly.
All right.
You could say that, too. Right. You know, the City of Boston Credit Union, we're like cheers. Everybody knows your name.
The credit union was founded by Mayor James Michael Curley back in 1915. Back then, credit unions were just starting to be formed. Massachusetts was one of the first states to actually pass a credit union law allowing credit unions. And at the time, Mayor Curley felt that City Hall employees were having a lot of difficulty borrowing money, finding safe places to deposit money, and made the decision that he would charter his own credit union for city employees. So 100 years later, here we are. You know, Boston, in its long history, had a number of notable people, obviously. But I want to talk about two in particular that were the most meaningful as far as the City of Boston Credit Union is concerned. You may find familiar the name Edward Filene's department store, who was actually one of the early pioneers in the credit union industry on a national basis, and had some laws passed at the federal level and also here at the state level. And Mr. Filene is actually known as the father of the credit union industry. Well, back in the early 1900s, back around 1913, when the concept of credit unions was being discussed, Mr. Filene at the time met with former Mayor James Michael Curley, another name I'm sure you're familiar with, whose picture is on the side of City Hall behind me. And at the time, the mayor was very concerned about the employees of the City of Boston, that they were not finding facilities to borrow money from or safe places to deposit their money. And he took the initiative back then to form what was then the City of Boston Employees Credit Union. And we received our charter back in November of 1915. These are two very important people in our history. And ever since then, we've had a lot of people with the city, working with the different mayors over the years, who have just been so supportive of this credit union that it has allowed us to come from really nothing 100 years ago to an institution that is now $340 million in assets and about 23,000 members strong. So hopefully many of you out there are members of the credit union. I thank you for coming today. I thank you for your membership. I thank you for your business. And I'm going to kick the program off by introducing to you the current president and chairman of the board of directors of the City of Boston Credit Union, Steve Green.
Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Stephen Green. I'm the current president and chairman of the board for the City of Boston Credit Union. And on behalf of the board of directors, I'd like to thank you for joining us today for our 100 years celebration. I'd like to thank Mayor Walsh for showing up, City Council President Bill Linehan, a former Director of the board, Tim McCarthy, who's our counselor, Mike Flaherty, Steve Murphy, and Frank Baker for attending today, and a special thank you to Lisa Menino, representing the Menino family, for being here. Like Dan said, credit unions were first formed in the late 1800s in Europe and soon spread to the United States by the early 1900s. In 1915, James Michael Curley founded the City of Boston Employees Credit Union. At that time, there were hundreds of credit unions across the country. Today we're the 10th oldest to survive. In those 100 years, we have survived by providing the best service and products to our members. I want to take this time to thank our staff and management who work hard to allow our credit union to thrive and provide you with the best service that any credit union has to offer. We have grown from a small office in Little City Hall, the old City Hall, to New City Hall, to branches in Dorchester, West Roxbury, and opening next month on Turnpike Road, a branch in Canton. We've expanded from City of Boston employees to now we serve people who live or work in Suffolk and Norfolk County. Credit unions were created to provide personalized service that banks are unwilling to provide. That's our cornerstone, personalized service that reflects our commitment to our members and to our community. From sponsoring Little League teams to the Jimmy Fund, we're a vital part of the Suffolk County and Norfolk County community. We are looking forward to serve you now and provide you with more service. We are the City of Boston Employees Credit Union. We are the Norfolk and Suffolk County Credit Union. We are the City of Boston Credit Union. Happy birthday, and hopefully see you at the 200th. Thank you. City Council President Bill Linehan is going to come up and read a proclamation.
Thank you very much, Steve. Excuse the hat. Thank you. It's an honor for me to be here today and to celebrate an institution which I've been a member of for over 30 years. And we all know that it's the best credit union in America. And we also know that it's one of the finest financial institutions. And our families have all benefited from it. So I have a resolution. I'm here representing Councilor Baker, Councilor McCarthy, Councilor Murphy, and Councilor Flaherty, who have also joined us. They just went upstairs for a hearing. They're busy sorts. I crack a whip as pres. But we put a resolution together on behalf of the City of Boston Credit Union. So the City of Boston in City Council, resolution of Council President Bill Linehan, be it resolved that the Boston City Council extends its congratulations to the City of Boston Credit Union in recognition of the 100th anniversary celebration. And be it further resolved that the Boston City Council extends its best wishes to all the members and to the Board of Trustees, that this resolution be duly signed by the President and attested to, and a copy thereof transmitted by the Clerk of the City of Boston. So to Stephen, as President and Chairman, your resolution.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. So fortunately for me, I've had the opportunity over the past 22 months to be the President of the City Council, and I've also had this great partner on the other side of the 5th floor who I've not only known for 20 years, but had the distinction to work with these past 22 months. Ladies and gentlemen, our mayor of this great city, a great mayor in his own right, Martin J. Walsh.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you very much. I want to thank you for that standing ovation as well. Dan Trombley, the CEO, thank you very much. This is a great honor to be here today, particularly on the 100th anniversary. I want to thank you for all that you do for the city and for so many other organizations. Stephen and the board, a lot of the trustees are here with us today. The board members, thank you very much as well. When you think about something lasting 100 years, it's very difficult, particularly a financial institution. You don't hear of that much anymore. You might hear of 1 or 2 companies, but when you think about 100 years of success of this credit union, one of the first in the United States of America, the history of the credit union, what it stands for, the partnership that this credit union has with business leaders, elected officials, and working representatives. I know that I'm a member of the credit union now for 22 months. When I got elected as mayor and I came in, my first day coming into the office, I went downstairs and the credit union came up and they brought me a card saying, if you'd like to become a member, it's important. And I didn't quite fully understand the history of the credit union at that particular moment. I knew they existed because we worked a little bit with the credit union when I was up at the State House on legislation. But when you start to see what the credit union has meant for this city over the last 100 years, it's remarkable. It was already mentioned that Mayor James Michael Curley said the city needed a credit union to protect its employees from loan sharks. The credit union did that and much more. It helped thousands and thousands, and still helps thousands and thousands of city employees, state employees, and residents, not just avoid predatory lending, but help save for college, help buy a home, help make sure that people build good lives. The credit union always puts the needs of its members in the community first, and that's what all financial institutions should do. But the credit union guarantees that, in good times and in bad times. I want to thank the credit union for working hard to bring financial education to the underserved communities, but also all of the special things they do. What life is about and what we're trying to do in the building behind us and in many government offices around here, around the state, is help empower people. But what the credit union does is help financially empower people. One of our biggest weapons to fight poverty and inequality is making sure people have understanding on financial education. The credit union provides that. So I want to ask all of you in joining me a special wishing to the City of Boston Credit Union for another 100 years of success. In 100 years from now, we're not sure who the mayor will be. We're not even sure if City Hall is going to be located here. But we know one thing, that the credit union will be here. And I want to thank everyone for being here today. This is an exciting day for the City of Boston Credit Union. And I want to thank the employees, too, of the credit union. I know somebody mentioned already, but how about another round of applause? Because we can talk about it, but it doesn't survive unless it's the employees who actually work there. So I want to thank all the employees from the City of Boston Credit Union. On behalf of myself, Billy Linehan, and the entire City Council, thank you.